Hey, everyone. All right, I am going to, as per usual, just check on my phone that the live is live before I start talking. You never know with technology, right? Okay, here we are. We are live. All right, so I wanted to hang out with you guys for just a few minutes today, mainly because I still haven't had my baby and I'm overdue and I'm chilling in bed. And, I just wanted to hang out with you guys. But for real, I wanted to talk about this subject because I actually was having a conversation with one of my leaders this morning, and I thought, you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about, just there's a lot of hot topics when it comes to building a business, let's be honest. And I love hanging out with you guys and sharing kind of my thoughts on it, and we can have a conversation around it and see what you guys think. So hey, good morning, guys. How are you? So if you can let me know right now if you're catching me live, where you're coming in from. If you are catching the replay, just drop a hashtag replay and where you're coming in from around the globe, so we can say hi to you too. But this morning we're going to be talking about when you are setting your goal for rank versus income and impact, because there is actually a difference. And I'm going to tell you right now that it is mainly mindset. Okay, so this really comes down to mindset versus what's right, what's wrong. Is there a way you should be doing it versus a way you shouldn't be doing it, right? Because everyone's going to have different opinions, right? Every leader is going to have different opinions. And hello, Natalie from the Netherlands. What's up? Oh, someone from Windsor. You're about 4 hours from me. Ooh, BC, you guys probably have way better weather there than we do. Welcome, guys. So when it comes to goaling for rank versus income and impact, let me talk about what I mean by this, all right? So when I look at the drive to rank, all right, when we look at doTERRA's structure of how we build this business, the rank portion is going to be determined on other ranks in your organization, right? So if we look at my rank, for example, of diamond, it would mean that I would have 4 silver leaders who each have 3 elites every single month. So for me to consistently hit that rank month after month, my 4 silver leaders have to hit silver, all of them, in the same month, right? Which means their organizations have to have their 3 elites hitting elite every single month. Now, what can happen when we really get caught up with rank? Oftentimes what I see happening when we get caught up with rank is that sometimes we start pushing people or dragging them across the finish line, right? We feel as though our business is in the hands of other people being successful in their business, or we have to build them out, or are we enabling people? And all of these things start running through us, right? Our ego starts to get involved. There's frustrations that start to come out because we are connecting our business, our outcome, our results, our paychecks to other people because of the way the structure is built. Now, a lot of the recognition that we have when it comes to our businesses is based on rank, right? It's based on being promoted through the ranks, starting off as, a consultant, moving into manager, and then director, and then executive and elite, and so forth and so on. And, and we really put a lot of that emphasis on what happens when we reach those certain ranks, because each rank means that we've brought in a certain amount of volume, impacted a certain amount of lives, and that other leaders on our team are also rank advancing. But again, what I find that tends to happen is that if we are not in check when it comes to our mindset around it, we can become resentful because other people, or place expectations and responsibility on other people on our teams to do XYZ, right? Like they have to hit elite for me to hit silver, for my upline to hit diamond, etc. And then this pressure comes out, right? So if that's something you're feeling, I invite you to shift your mindset and post below if you know what I'm talking about. If you're like, been there, felt that, post below that you can resonate with that feeling that sometimes just focusing on that rank goal can bring about feelings of responsibility or expectation on other people to do what they need to do in order for you to hit your goals. So I want to give you a different perspective on this. When we look at structuring for income and impact, this not only will still get you to your rank, but the way that it feels within the process is a lot different. So for me, so Linda, you're feeling me? Yes. And so you've been on the receiving end of that for sure. Mindset shift is everything. Yes, absolutely, 100%. So when we are, when we're looking at income, right, this can really help shift the perspective. So for when I started my business, I knew I needed a certain amount of income in order for me, because I had just gotten pregnant with my first daughter, okay? And I knew that by the time I went on maternity leave, I wanted to replace my income. So I said to my mentor, okay, so this is what I need to make for me to be able to quit my corporate job of 11 years and do doTERRA full time. What does that mean I need to do? So we looked up the ranks and she said gold. So I had gold on my mind and that's where we needed to go. Now, since then, my husband and I have both been able to come home because of my doTERRA business. That was about 3 years ago that we both quit our corporate jobs and we were in executive level positions. We both were general managers in the fitness industry. We each ran our own fitness location here in Canada, and we were able to come home and be at home, right? So I ran my doTERRA business from home, and then he actually started his own business about 6 months later. And so, not doTERRA, a different business. He bought a racetrack. That's a whole story for another day. But the whole purpose from there was, now my goal was to make 6 figures in my doTERRA business. Now, to look at the 6-figure income rank, I was looking at diamond. So I started becoming super obsessed with the rank of diamond, right? I became super obsessed with it, and I started looking at it. I was like, my girls need to hit silver, my girls need to hit silver, and they need to hit silver, and their elites need to hit elite every single month. You just need to hit elite. You just need to hit elite. And it was just throwing out these words like silver, elite. What does that even mean, right? Just hit silver, just hit elite, just hit silver, just hit elite. I need to make my 6 figures. Then when I started to look at it over the past couple years, 6-figure income for me can also be platinum with my 1,500. And I haven't missed my $1,500 Power of 3 bonus in 2.5 years. That's an extra $2,000 a month. A platinum paycheck with the $1,500 bonus for me is 6 figures. So, and if I also am enrolling a lot of people who are really, really great at enrolling, my fast starts are even higher. Or if I'm a high enroller, my fast starts would be even higher. So instead of becoming super obsessed with this word, hitting diamond, and then the, oh, well, I need to hit diamond because of the title and the ego and the significance around that rank. What I really truly needed was that just my goal was the 6-figure income so both my husband and I could stay home forever, right? And so when I looked at it, I thought to myself, what feels lighter? Does it feel lighter to focus on the impact that I can make when I reverse engineer the income goal? So if I look at a 6-figure income and I reverse engineer it and I say, what are all of the different ways doTERRA compensates us? And how can I tap into those different compensation methods or structures? Well, my Power of 3. Right? That's $2,000 a month guaranteed if my I'm Canadian, so that's why we say $2,000 a month, because it's about $2,000 Canadian, $1,500 US, right? So I started looking at that and I mapped that out. And now that $1,500 bonus is done. And that is a bigger impact for my leaders who are now making $250 as well and starting to make their $1,500. And then I started looking at fast starts and I started saying, well, where can I increase the fast starts? And how can we have more people enrolling on a weekly basis? So those fast starts start coming in as that fast cash every single week. How many people would we need to enroll? How many lives would we need to change? What would be our goal of the impact we can make to get more people to start and feel committed right from the get-go, right? So I started looking at that, and then I started looking at Unilevel, and I started to taproot. So instead of me just saying those 4 girls who need to hit silver, those are the only ones I'm going to concentrate on because that means I hit diamond, which on paper means 6 figures. I started looking and saying, where are there fires in my organization? Where are people lit up in my organization? Where are people doing this business and they're excited and they're killing it? They're doing it, and these were not even my enrollments. Right? Some of them were 5 levels deep, and they were an enrollment of a frontline, but they were just on fire. And I started offering my support and saying, like, I love what you're doing and you're doing amazing. You're doing so great. How can I support you? And I started to support these other leaders who are maybe silvers or gold, or you're just asking, right? Who's all in? Who's doing this business? Because the people who were fired up fired me up. So instead of just being like dragging people across the finish line, right, just because they're in qualifying spots, I was like, well, where are the fires here? And then I started working with the fires. And those people who were lit up, lit me up in return. And I would be like, all right, let's talk about your goals. Like, you're doing amazing. Where can I support? Where can I support your team? And that's what we call taprooting, right? We just keep going down until we find the fire. And guys, your business is going to explode on Unilevel. Unilevel is where you're going to make your most long-term residual income. And it's not going to be from people who don't want to do the business. It's going to be from people who are doing the business, who are loving it, who are lifers, who are going to be doing this still in 10 years, 20 years. And those are the relationships and connections that matter. So now I'm not saying go give up on leaders or go give up on qualifiers or go give up on people. Absolutely not. And I have beautiful relationships with all my qualifiers, which is amazing. But what I want you to do is look at it and think to yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel when I'm only focusing on the people who are in qualifying positions, right? Because naturally, we start to create these unspoken contracts and agreements with these people. Like, if you're in that spot, you have to do this, right? I've had a conversation with one of my frontline and said, listen, girl, I have no expectations of you. Just do your $100 fee and share the oils when it's right for you. And let's just have the agreement that every month you'll just make sure that your $100 fee is done and your front lines are done. And then I taprooted into her team and I went where the fires were. And that lit me up more than trying to force somebody to do something they didn't want to do, right? Or it wasn't right for them right now, or they're in a season in their life. You know, we always say in network marketing, right? The cream rises to the top. And so you're looking for the people who are in it and who are excited and who are building this, and people will go through seasons and you don't want to hold that against them, right? You don't want to hold that against them. You don't want to make them feel like crap if they're going through something. You want to be able to taproot and help support people on their team who are still here and are still excited and are still invigorated. Because remember your strengths. Remember your strengths. And likely, if you are only concentrating on the people that hold your rank structure, okay, that'll pull you into your bottom 5 naturally if some of those people are not currently in a space where they can be invested. And some people say, but I don't want to enable people. If you can bless people when they're in a bad place in their life, financially, because you're still working with people on their team that's helping them become elevated and hit a rank so you can hit a rank, you just give that grace and be happy that you can help people and support them in a time like that. So um, it's definitely something where we have to get our mindset around it, right? Where we have to let go of attachments and expectations towards what other people should be doing so that you hit your goal. If you concentrate on just your income goal and then you look at that income goal, maybe it's $1,000 a month, maybe it's $2,000 a month, maybe it's $5,000 a month. And then you look at that income goal, let's say it's $1,000 a month. Or for let's say it's $2,000 a month. Okay, you look at $2,000 a month, and then you look at doTERRA's compensation plan, and look at the different ways you could make up $2,000. Well, 1,500 of it can come from Power of Three, 500 of it can come from Fast Starts, and then you can have bonus money that comes from Unilevel, right? And so when we look at it, we can break it down, and then we release the pressure of certain specific people having to do a certain specific something, right? And then instead we start looking at, well, where can I just develop relationships with the right people who are doing doTERRA for the right reasons? Because you're going to have people on your team who are going to go through different seasons, and we want to respect that, right? And so trust me, I loved rank and recognition for a very long time. My corporate career, I was that way. Like every year I always said to my divisional manager, how do I get nominated for general manager of the year? I need to know how I get nominated for general manager of the year, right? I have to be nominated every year. I have to be number one. And that was always something that was so huge for me. So I remember when I came into doTERRA, rank was huge for me because it gave me a title that would say I've accomplished something. But truth be told, guys, I don't hit diamond every single month, because that would mean my 4 silvers have to be on it every single month too. And one's a platinum, one's platinum and 3 are golds. Okay, so 3 have hit gold, 1 has hit platinum. But they don't hit that every single month either. That's naturally not going to always happen, right? So how would that feel to them if I was holding their rank over them every single month and expecting them to be at something so that I could be at something? It doesn't work that way, guys, because you're working with real people, real humans who have real things that happen in life, and their businesses ebb and flow, so do ours. And all their businesses are not going to be on track at the exact same time all the time. I don't know one single leader that hits their highest rank achieved every single month. It happens. I have very good friends who are presidential diamonds, and they're like, oh, heck no, I don't hit every single month. Like some months I hit diamond, some months I hit blue diamond. Like it's one of those things where we have this vision in our head that like once you hit elite, you have to hit elite every single month without fail. And if you don't, you're like this awful person, your business sucks. And I don't want anyone to think that that's the case. I also don't want anyone to think that it's like, permission to just sit back, throw your feet up and be like, oh, well, I mean, what are expectations anyways? Or I don't even need to try. No, give yourself the goal, but don't focus the goal on what other people need to do in order for you to achieve it. Instead, you make that goal, which I think making an income goal is very powerful. And then you start looking at the compensation plan and say, what parts of the compensation plan can I plug in to make up that income goal? And then guess what starts to happen? When you release expectations on other people, you hit the rank. Then the rank becomes the result. It becomes a natural consequence of you doing the right things in the right mindset, right? So you don't have that pressure on other people. You actually put the onus back onto yourself, and you use the compensation plan to do it, right? You use that compensation plan to make up different ways of making it happen. So it's not on people, it's on using doTERRA's compensation plan. It's on actually like taking what tool we have and the process to what we have and being able to fully take advantage of it. Don't leave money on the table, right? But then the onus is on you, not on other people, especially if they're going through something in their life and they can't show up right now, right? Because we know that happens all the time. So again, the cream rises to the top, taproot when you need to, love on your leaders all the time, especially if they're going through something. And it ebbs, it flows, right? It's kind of like you're doing a dance in terms of like where you're supporting, who you're supporting, but you're doing it in a way where it always feels light for you, right? I always say, and you might have heard me say this before, if it's light, it's right. If it's heavy, it's a no. So check in with yourself and say, hey, when I'm doing this and I'm pushing someone across the finish line, or I'm dragging them across the finish line, or I'm forcing goals on them that they don't want right now, how does it make me feel, right? How does that make me feel? Do I feel light about that? No. So probably this is not right for me. Okay. I feel like I've been missing a lot of comments. So the thing is, I use this new platform called StreamYard, and you have to accept StreamYard in order for me to see your name. So I see some of your names, but some I don't. So I apologize. But yeah, so someone had said, I've really wanted it for someone else and felt heartbroken when they didn't want it. Absolutely. That is also another natural consequence of what happens when we're like, oh my gosh, but I could see you as an elite. I can see you hitting that 3,000 OV. I can see you doing it. And if there's a hidden agenda in it for you where you're like, well, I need you to hit elite because I need to hit silver, right? That's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good for you, and it's not going to feel good for them, especially if that wasn't their goal to begin with. So you're imposing your goal onto somebody else, and then you get disappointed when they don't hit it. So for example, my sister got diagnosed with Lyme disease in March, okay? It is an awful, awful disease. She's my frontline. She's a platinum leader, and she has dropped her rank because she has not been able to show up in her business. She can't. She is healing. She's going through, honestly, hell. It's so awful. And she was so nervous to say to me, like, I need to step back so I can heal. And she didn't know how to tell me that because she knew that her rank affected mine. And I had to have that conversation, that moment where I said, if I hit gold for the next year because you need to go off and heal, I will hit gold for the next year so you can go off and heal. You're my sister. I love you. But here's the thing. If your rank was going to affect my rank, I would show up and I would go help your business. Right? I would do that. I would take the onus on that. And I just saw everything as it shifted, to how it released her of that pressure. And then guess what started happening? Things that ease that she felt in that moment when I released her of this expectation that she owes me something, then things start to happen, and they start to happen easier. Okay? Because we can't assume that other people are going to want the exact goal that makes us a certain rank, right? So Linda, I feel selfish wanting my rank and trying to push people to meet their rank to help me. Exactly, which is why we need to just find out what they want. We need to find out what our leaders want and what our team wants. And if they want executive this month and you need them to be elite, but they want executive this month, you love them for executive. You just love on them for executive. It's on the way to elite. And if it's not where you need them to be, you don't force them to go there. You love and support them for the rank that they have a goal for. And then you make up the difference, okay? You make up the difference. Either you have to increase your action or you have to change your expected outcome, whatever feels right for you, right? So this is where it's like these connections with our people are so, so important. And, again, it's going to be, expectation is basically a surefire way to lead to disappointment. Because if we place this expectation on our people and they don't do it, we're naturally always going to be disappointed. And that's just not fair, because we're building a community. When we look at our organization in doTERRA, we're building a community. We're building a community of like-minded people, and they're business owners, and they get to choose what they want to do with this. And just because we place them in a certain spot doesn't mean that we need to force them to do something, right? But that being said, there's always such things as having the right conversations with people. I always have conversations with people when I put them on a front line, and I very much encourage my leaders to have these conversations with any of their frontline. Is that we always say, in the first 90 days, let's give this a go. If you feel that this isn't the right opportunity for you or the right business for you, we can easily and simply do an account transfer where someone else can come in and they can go ahead and support that team as a business builder, and we can resume your account as a customer so you can still keep all your points and you can just continue ordering and loving on the product. So we just have those very clear conversations up front. So if it does turn into somebody who's like, no, I actually just don't want to build doTERRA, we do an account transfer, no problems, right? But if it's someone who's like, I'm just going through a really tough time right now and I love my business, I just can't show up for me or you or anyone or the team in this moment, that's why we are a team. That's why we are a network, right? That's why we work together and we leverage each other's efforts so that we can show up. When one of my front lines had a baby this past year, I was like, tag me in. Let me support all your people. Let me support your builders. Let me know where I can help out and support while you go take some time off, right? Now I'm having a baby and my team is stepping in, right? I'm a day overdue, guys. It's happening. Look at her. She's just waiting. She's like, hello. I need a couple more days in here, apparently. But now my team is stepping in and they're asking, Jen, where can I help? Where can I support? And it's awesome, right? So hopefully this has been really helpful for you guys just to look at it from a different mindset perspective. And it's not to say don't go for rank. It's to say what feels better for you. Choose an income goal. Look at the compensation plan. How can you maximize the compensation plan to achieve that income goal? And release the expectation that other people have to help you get there. Naturally, when you have builders, it's going to happen, okay? But we can't place the expectation on them to get us there. And before I sign off here, I just want to leave one last sort of analogy for you on what that means. And this was actually something my husband helped me with. He said to me one day, you have to almost look at your business like you've got this pile of dirt and you need to move the dirt from here over here. And every day you need to show up and you need to shovel and you need to shovel and you need to shovel all this dirt from here to here. That would be, and that means by once you accomplish that, you've hit your income goal. All right. If people showed up every day voluntarily, and they're like, hey, Jen, I'm here today. I can help you shovel 3 piles of dirt and then I got to scoot out. I'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you. And then maybe someone else shows up and they're like, hey, Jen, I'm here. I'm just going to help you. I have like maybe 10 piles of dirt I can shovel before I got to go. I'd be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Maybe someone shows up and says, hey, I can come do 1 pile of dirt today if that, and then I got to scoot out. And many hands make light work. That is exactly what your business is like. Some of your leaders can show up and they can shovel 2 piles of dirt. Some can shovel 5 piles of dirt. Some only can shovel 1 pile of dirt. Aren't you just grateful that they're coming and showing up and helping at all, right? So we just want to love and honor and respect whatever our leaders can do to contribute to their own businesses, knowing that is actually helping our business as well. And not place an expectation like, what? You can't be here longer? You can't help me shovel like 20 piles of dirt today? Come on, I know you can do 20. I know you've got it in you. Do 20. Then the person's like, okay, listen, I told you I can do like 5. You know what I mean? My goal is to help you do 5 and then I got to scoot out. So, just think about it that way. Whatever your leaders show up and do and help with is so amazing. And the more leaders you have, the more people you have piling over some of that dirt, right? Which is going to achieve your end goal. But if we look at it from a perspective where there's no expectation, we can honestly just say, okay, if I want to make $3,000 a month in doTERRA, how can I maximize the compensation plan to do so? Yes, there's probably going to be a rank that is achieved because of that, which is awesome. but I really want to look at what impact I can make and how many people I can help and how many people I can serve that is going to get me to that goal. And then I'm going to honor, love, and respect every single one of the leaders that show up and they have their own goals and they're just coming and showing up with like that volunteer, army of volunteers that I have on my team that are coming and showing up and doing their own thing, right? Whatever that may be, because I know it's going to contribute to the overall goodness of what's going on on my team and in my organization. So I'm learning to give excited customers more opportunities to shovel dirt. Yes, Linda, that is exactly it, right? It's just like, how can we even get our passionate customers to show up and shovel dirt, right? It's by them sharing and referring and, sharing the enrollment incentives that are happening this month. I know in Canada, we have 20% off kits, and in the US, you guys have a special kit that's going on this month. And if you're around the world, I'm not sure what everybody's enrollment promos are, but sharing that with customers and getting them to show up and shovel some dirt, get their hands dirty, and then loving them for just volunteering to come in and be part of the process and make a bigger impact. So hopefully that was helpful for some of you guys, and I'm grateful for hanging out with you today. And maybe the next time you see me, I'll have a little Bambino with me, I hope. So have an awesome rest of your day, everyone. And drop a comment below if you're catching the replay and you wanted to add something in, and I'll be sure to hop back in and check and answer any questions that may pop up. So have a good day, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. See you later. Bye.